Day 10 of the 30 Days, 30 Projects Challenge, and for this day I'm going to pitch Crownpoint Academy, a private school in the East Village that secretly trains people that used to be from the water to be humans, to try to change humanity from within. Because you see, underwater there's two major species, the shark and the marine. And the shark are these shark-faced people with arms and legs, and the marine, they're your classic mermaids. Except the marine, they're not quite like us. The shark are like us, but the marine are different because biologically they'll have like 200 kids, and by year 2 they're all dead or one of them survives, right? So they had to evolve a lack of emotion to deal with this. And in the 1860s we begin to pollute on an industrial scale, and the shark are like, all right, let's just kill the humans. But the marine are not cool with that. They're not cool with life out of balance and nature out of balance. So they plead to their godhead, the Rizalka. It's the god of water. It is the water. It can see the future and the past, and they think like one. They can look like anything. And they create a treaty, right? The marine plead to prevent a war, and the Rizalka agree. And the treaty goes that if there's no humans killed, they'll pick the best and brightest of each species and change them into humans so that they can change humanity from within. The first scene of the show is a bunch of vans pull up at the Jersey Shore at night, and a bunch of naked teenagers start popping out, and men and women come out of the vans with towels and grab the kids, and their headmaster is like, are you guys all right? You know, and they're just like, whoa, and you don't really know what's going on, right? They're psychic through water only, and this comes into play later. And the way the spell works is that if they touch the ocean body at all, any of the water that is part of the ocean body, the spell is broken and they have to go back in the water. But after 4 years, they will be human forever. So in the first and last 6 months of Crownpoint, 90% of the student body will drop out. In the meantime, there's also a conspiracy where oil lobbyists and politicians are being murdered, and no one knows really what's going on. And the main character, Cassia, who is Marin, she's told that she's going to change everything, but she doesn't really care. And later she quits the school, and that's okay because they just won't support you financially. And she writes a children's book about what it is for a fish to become human, and it's a huge bestseller. Meanwhile, her best friend, who is Shock, right? You find out she's part of this murder conspiracy because, you know, this treaty has been going on since the 1860s, but humans are still polluting, right? And some members of the Shock community are tired of this, so they've been secretly sending in assassins to get rid of the opposition that's stopping change in environmental policy. So anyway, ultimately I made the show because I wanted to see if I can make a mermaid show that I would actually genuinely want to watch. And the trick of a mermaid show too is like, you can't really film things underwater. It doesn't really work. So you just gotta create a mechanism where they can never be in the water. And that's how the show works. So hope you like the pitch, and I'll see you again tomorrow.